Copyright applies to the following verbal and written content. With the exception of the content owner, complete content, excerpts, and links may be used for nonprofit purposes only, provided that full and clear credit is given to the following names wherein: Diary Single Woman, Diary of a Single Woman, and Miss Anonymous. Appropriate and specific direction to the original content must be used. All rights are reserved.
Hi, I'm Miss Anonymous with Diary of a Single Woman. I hope that you have been enjoying my true erotic stories from my diary. Yes, I do have a lot more true stories to share with you. But in the meantime, I have a proposition for you. Yes, a proposition. I want you to take a journey with me. Take a journey into a mysterious, taboo, and intriguing world of sensual fiction. A world that offers a place for you to escape from your normal daily life. A world that expands your mind beyond boundaries. Beyond boundaries you never knew you had. A world where you discover intimate thoughts and feelings you thought you were incapable of. A place where you can indulge in nail-biting stories. Oh yeah, this is going to be so damn good. I'm writing this lustful, adventurous novel just for you. I've named this series as a tribute to the breathtaking trilogy that had us all glued to our books and movie screens. Well, fasten your seatbelts, or should I say unfasten your seatbelts, and get ready to live life on the edge. Welcome to 50 Shades of Red. Chapter 11, Part 1. Alexander opens the limousine door for Ethan and I. We go inside and Ethan sits across from me. The limousine leaves my neighborhood, taking us to see Ethan's private physician. I'm so nervous. What have I gotten myself into? I'm confirming the other side of Ethan, the controlling side of Ethan. I start daydreaming about how Ethan yanked my head backwards in the kitchen, the way he kissed my neck, the way he fucked me with his finger, how he stared at me in the bathroom as I washed up and got dressed. What's going to happen after this appointment today? Why does Madeline have me booked with meetings with Ethan for majority of the month? I mean, she can't possibly believe that Ethan really needs to meet with me that much to oversee the masquerade ball events. Maybe Madeline is in on Ethan's twisted lifestyle. Maybe Reginald is too. Maybe that's how he sealed the deal, offering me as a gift, like a quid pro quo. No, that's just crazy. I'm letting my thoughts get the best of me. The limousine phone rings. It's the phone that is only turned on when Ethan is in the limousine, and not the other phone that Alexander told me I could use.
Hello? Hey, what's up? Everything is a go. Ha ha. Yeah, you were right,
Ethan says, slightly turning his head towards me, then quickly looking away.
Yeah, I'm on my way there now. I'm sure your lab results are ready. I'm not being overprotective of her. Come on. Contract rules are contract rules. I know your labs are good to go, bro. Just making sure I cross every T and dot every I. All right, later.
Who was Ethan talking to? I'm too nervous to ask. I'm too nervous to know. In the contract, it said that anyone participating in activities with us had to complete lab results. Ethan opens the mini refrigerator and grabs 2 bottles of water. He retrieves 2 glasses and hands me a bottle of water and a glass. He hadn't said a word. I guess he wants me to drink this. While pouring my water into the glass, I inquire, "So, the masquerade ball event, I hear that it has expanded? You have me booked to meet with you quite a bit this month."
Yes, it has expanded. A lot of members worldwide have shown interest in it. And yes, you will be spending a lot of time with me this month. Starting after this appointment, you will be spending a significant amount of time at my estate. That is, of course, dependent on you accepting my invitations. Don't worry, I've paid ahead on your rent. You will go home periodically to check on things and, well, have a little time to yourself to recuperate. And that will be the only time you will be allowed to call your family and friends.
I choke on my water. I'll go home periodically to recuperate? I'm restricted from calling my family and friends? What does all this mean?
It means that you belong to me. When you're with me, I will have your undivided attention and divided attention only at my discretion. I'm providing you with a cell phone. Your personal cell phone will be locked away for the duration of our contract. It means that you will only use the cell phone that I'm providing to you. Don't worry. All of your contacts have been transferred to your new cell phone. If any of your family or friends call you, they will go straight to voicemail. If they send you a text message, they will receive a reply that's generated by my information technology staff. The switchboard will show your original phone number on outgoing phone calls to your family and friends. I will allow you to make limited phone calls when you go home to recuperate. All of those details are worked out with my IT staff.
What the hell? This is really psycho. Okay, this shit just got real. I'm having a serious reality check of what I've gotten myself into. Wait a minute, Ethan. I have so many questions. You got a hold of my contacts in my cell phone? You're restricting me from calling my family and friends? You've paid ahead on my rent? But how? How did you find out who my landlord was? I never shared that information with you.
I know a lot of things. I know a lot of people. I have a lot of resources at my disposal. Keeva, I'm not your average man like your attorney friend Xavier. My stomach drops to the floor and my heart speeds up.
How do you know about Xavier?
Do you think I would allow you to practically live with me for a month without doing a thorough background check on you? I know about Xavier coming to the lawyers' convention in Manhattan. I know about your sister, Alina's vacation to the Bahamas next year. I know that your parents recently renovated their backyard patio. I know a lot of things, Keeva.
So, you've been stalking my family and friends? You've been invading our privacy?
Yes, I have. I know it's a readjustment to your thought process, but for me, it's my normal. Coming from an extremely wealthy family, we have to be cautious of who we let in our inner circle. A few years ago, my cousin nearly had one of his bank accounts wiped out. Thankfully, he was able to stop his then girlfriend of 8 months from going through with the plan. It turns out his girlfriend was affiliated with a group of sophisticated thugs. So, yes, I do background checks, thorough background checks, and I go through extreme measures to protect myself, to protect my family, and to protect our assets.
Just as Ethan was finishing up his sentence, we turn into a parking lot. The limousine drives around to a back security entrance. Alexander drives through the security checkpoint and parks the limousine in front of a door to a brick building. This is an odd way to enter into a doctor's office. Alexander opens our passenger area door. As we exit the limousine, a woman emerges from the building and says, "Good afternoon, Mr. Bowman."
Good afternoon, Jessica.
Jessica looks at me and says, "Good afternoon, Miss Jamerson. I'm Jessica, your nurse for today." "Hi, nice to meet you," I respond. Jessica leads us down a few hallways and turns. We walk into a spacious area that has a large office, a couch, and what looks like an exam room. Everything is decorated in natural earth tone colors. Large floor and ceiling plants are placed throughout. A mini waterfall fountain is in the center of the room, and tranquil portraits of still nature images are hanging on the walls. The room is like a peaceful forest. "Hi, Mr. Bowman. It's a pleasure to see you again. How have you been?"
Dr. Finley, the pleasure is all mine. Things have been wonderful on my end.
"That's magnificent. And you must be the lovely Miss Jamerson. I'm happy to be at your service." "Thank you. It's nice to meet you too as well, Dr. Finley." "Mr. Bowman, I know you're on a tight schedule, so we'll get started. If you would like to have a seat in the lounge area, and please help yourself to our refreshments and beverages. Miss Jamerson's appointment should last no more than 30 minutes or so." Ethan smiles and slightly nods his head, then walks over to the lounge area. Jessica takes me over to the exam room to start my medical appointment with Dr. Finley. Wow, that was a thorough exam in record time. I didn't know every inch of my body could be examined so efficiently. I mean, while Dr. Finley was doing my pap smear exam, Jessica was drawing my blood for lab tests. Jessica escorts me over to the lounge area where Ethan is sitting. "Mr. Bowman, we're all finished. Dr. Finley will be right over to talk to you both."
Thanks, Jessica.
"My pleasure."
Are you all right?
Ethan said to me. "Yes, I'm fine. I think they examined and tested me for everything."
That's good to hear,
Ethan responded, then placed a light kiss onto my forehead. Dr. Finley approaches us, and she's carrying a large sealed envelope and brown paper bag in hand. "Well, Mr. Bowman, you have a beautiful, healthy young lady. Her pregnancy test came back negative, along with her HIV preliminary test from our off-the-shelf testing kit. Preliminary test results for sexually transmitted diseases are also negative. Extensive results from the lab should be back within 1 week. Here's your birth control pills, Miss Jamerson. If in a month you two decide on a longer-lasting approach, we have other birth control options available." Dr. Finley handed me the small paper bag. I gave her a confused look. I hadn't requested birth control pills. I didn't request birth control pills. Ethan interjects.
Thank you, Dr. Finley. We appreciate you taking the time to see us.
While saying that, Ethan wraps his arm around my waist.
We will follow up if we need another birth control approach,
Ethan said while tightly squeezing my waist to the point of pain. Wonderful. Oh, and here's Mr. Mena's lab results. Everything came back negative. We will mail him a certified copy tomorrow. Ethan retrieved the envelope from Dr. Finley's hand.
Thanks. We will be in touch.
Wonderful. Talk with you soon. Dr. Finley gives a warm smile as Jessica returns to the area and begins escorting us back through the hallway until we arrive at the entrance of where we came in. Jessica waves goodbye and Alexander opens the limousine door. Ethan and I enter inside. There's a light red envelope on the seat. I sit down next to it. Ethan picks up the envelope and hands it to me.
I thought it would be a good idea to deliver the first invitation in person. Go ahead, open it.
I place my bag of unsolicited birth control pills onto the seat and take the invitation from Ethan's hand. I open it and start reading. To Miss Keeva Jamerson, you are cordially invited to Mr. Ethan Bowman's estate starting immediately. You will spend the night and leave Mr. Bowman's residence tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock a.m. You will not bring anything with you other than yourself and any belongings that are currently in your possession. Do you accept or decline? I look up at Ethan and say, like today? Like right now?
Yes, like right now,
Ethan replied. But I don't have any clothes or overnight belongings.
You don't need clothes.
Yes I do.
What did I just say? You don't need clothes,
Ethan said sternly. Ethan retrieves an ink pen and hands it over to me.
Go ahead, make your decision.
I silently reread the invitation. I check the acceptance box, then sign my name. I hand the invitation and ink pen over to Ethan. He reads my response and smiles. He leans over and starts kissing me. Then he moves his lips towards my ear and says,
I'm glad that you signed this, but we're going to have to work on your talking back issue. I can't wait to start your obedience lessons.
This ends Chapter 11, Part 1. Stay tuned for Chapter 11, Part 2 to find out what happens next. Keeva is introduced to her living quarters. This will blow your mind. You don't want to miss what's next. Here's a question for you. Once you learned of how Ethan was going to control your cell phone, would you have ended the relationship right then and there? Make sure you subscribe and tell a friend. There's going to be a lot to talk about. This is going to be so juicy. Yours truly, Miss Anonymous.